Hi everyone, Josh Silver, founder, president of Pulse Energy Technologies, the PEMF company. I'm coming to you today to show you the basic setup of your PER 2000 Zeus, how to plug it in, how to set up the applicators, how to turn it on, and then how to use the adjustment knob. So the first thing that you do after you've unboxed everything is you take your power cord and you make sure that you plug it in. Once that's been secured, take the ends to your applicator, doesn't matter which one, but they will go into A and B for the single loop setup. For the double loop setup, we'll cover that in another video. So we make sure to bring it in, listen for that click. It absolutely has to click. Now we're connected and ready to go. What we do is we take our intensity knob and set it to start about 2 p.m. And we'll take our pulse rate and turn it all the way to the fast setting several times around until it tightens up at the fast and it cannot turn anymore. We're going to use, let's say, a shoulder as an example, and we'll start with somebody's arm through the loop. We'll turn the machine on. We'll start it, and you'll notice there's no sound, there's no sensation, there's no nothing. Okay? We'll take this pulse rate knob and start to tune it in towards the slow till you hear something. And once you hear it and see it and feel it, that's when you adjust it. So again, let's do it one more time. Bring this pulse rate all the way to fast. We have our green button on. We push our start button. We don't hear anything, and we start to turn this knob towards the slow setting, and that noise corresponds with the sensation, and you utilize it until you go, okay, that's enough. That's the best way to get set up and going. Now, if you're going and you need more or less intensity, here's how you adjust it. You can take this intensity knob and move it, say, to 4 or 5 p.m., and you'll notice the pulse increases. To compensate, we'll then slow it back down to get to the same pulse rate. Let's say that's too strong. I'll move the intensity, let's say, to 12 noon, and the machine stops. What happened? Now we need to go back the other way, start turning it faster until it catches. Okay, and so as you can see, there's a little bit of fine-tuning and adjustment with the way that we utilize the knobs. But if you will follow along this process, that's how you do it. This is step 1 in utilizing your Zeus. The next step will show changing applicators, and then the third step we're going to show using 2 applicators at once. When we're done, we simply hit stop. So now that we've done the initial setup with your Zeus using 1 coil or 1 applicator, now we're going to use the enhanced feature of the Zeus and use 2 applicators at the same time and combine them to get superpower. Jokingly, we call this the Shaq loop because it's like Superman. It's doubly strong than anything else. And this is perfect for knees, elbows, feet, wrists, hard to reach areas, and we're going to show you how to do that. So again, we come here and we go to the setup part. We see that it's plugged in. And this time we utilize it a little bit differently. We're going to do 2 applicators. So instead of connecting A to B, it's clearly marked. We want to connect A to C and B to D. So I'll do that right now. And again, making sure that I hear it click when I turn it in. Clicked and locked in. Take the second set of connectors. Clicked and locked in. Clicked and locked in. And now I have my 2 loops. So what I'll do is turn the unit on. And again, I've dialed it all the way back to the fastest setting, so there's no pulse. And I'm going to start, like I mentioned in the previous video, somewhere between 2 and 3, and I'll do 3. I'm going to turn it on and start it. And again, we won't have a pulse until I take this pulse rate and tune it in slowly. And we'll hear, that's a good rate. Now a note at home, if you put these 2 loops together and put it on a body part and do not have any sensation, that's because the fields are bucking. And what you need to do is take 1 loop and turn it over to the other side and now we have super strong power. So now we're taking both of these loops combined, and I can do a spot, let's say a knee, right? And even for this, if I want to go stronger, I'll come up to the intensity, move it here. Again, I want to compensate for depth of penetration, slow it down. I want it to sound like a basketball, and if you can see, my quad's firing really good. It's really strong. So I would take an ace bandage or something like this, because there's a difference between this and this. Compression is key, folks. So when I'm doing an ankle, if I leave it here, that's mildly strong. If I take an ace bandage and compress it around, now I can really feel it. Same here in the calf. As I work my way up the leg, feel this all the way across my shin. The more I press it in, the stronger it is. Okay, what I can also do is take these and do two spots. I could do, let's say, there we go, my shoulder, and I can do my hip, or I could do a knee, or I could do a foot. I could do two spots at once. Or a third thing is if my friend is here, they can take this loop and they can do their own spot as well. So it really makes it more versatile that way. Hope all of that makes sense. And again, you can make your adjustments here at the intensity level and the pulse rate level.